Pisces.
Hello Pisces, this is your forecast for July 2016, and for you especially here it's going to be such a fun month because we have the Sun, New Moon, Mercury, and Venus all passing through your sister sign of Cancer, which really resonates with you deeply. Not only that, but these planets are moving through your 5th house for joy, creativity, self-expression, and just doing those things that you absolutely love to do. So a creative month with you. And then also for those of you who have children, grandchildren, because I'm seeing the younger ones also being more so included in your life here this month. Now, 4th of July, we have the new moon. So what a great day to have a new moon and place your intentions and so forth. And it will be passing by Venus just within those first few hours after the new moon. So this is really going to be a beautiful energy to take because it's starting off a new cycle here with that Venusian sense of love and romance, all those feel-good feelings, and you should be very radiant too as well. So here in the sign of Cancer, the Sun, Mercury, Venus, well, that means that you're going to be embodying a little bit more of the Cancerian principle, feeling like a Cancer as the planets are moving through here, even though you are Pisces. That should work really well with you because you are water signs. You're very intuitive, you're creative, you're family oriented, and you're spiritual, right? And so all of this is going to come to play and express itself through your creativity. So look to your hobbies, look to the things that you desire. This might just be the greatest time for between now and the end of the year to really get these things up and out, right? So keep that in mind. Mercury too here is going to allow you to absolutely have a good sense and a feel of how you're communicating with a little bit more, should I say, depth, but yet cautiousness, because Cancer is always inside of the shell, right? And so for that sense, there's things that you might be holding very close to heart, but you will find the right time to bring it up and bring it out. For those of you who are single, this could be a great month, maybe to meet that Mr. or Mrs. Right, just because the 5th house also rules romance. And for those of you in a relationship, well, this will just enhance what's already there. Some of you can become pregnant, some of you might be giving birth, or for the rest of you, you might hear news of somebody having a child, because this area here is all about the babies in the uterus. So coming in. Now Mars though is still in Scorpio. It has retrograded back into this sign here, and it's working its way through back now since it went direct there at the very last day of June. So it's moving forward slowly, but it's going to be picking up gradual speed. It's still now though in your 9th house. So you might find yourself now getting on track to do a journey. Maybe you're vacationing at this time, and if so, that should be really sweet just because the 9th house rules long distance travel, people in faraway places, foreigners and that kind of thing, but also education. So if you're thinking about wanting to research maybe a class that you're wanting to take a little bit later, great time to do so too. Jupiter, your ancient ruler here, is in your 7th house, and yes, it is picking up speed. It was retrograde for several months, ever since New Year's there. So in your 7th house, this has to do with you, partnerships. Whether this is your significant other Pisces, yes, that could be, and in that case, it will expand this area for you. But it could also be a partner you work with. Anybody that you work with or relate with one-on-one should be a great month, as Jupiter will make sure that things are going to be expanding, exciting, and it always brings that sense of enthusiasm to the table as well. So the full moon here will be July 19th, 27 degrees in Capricorn. So for you, that's going to be the very last degrees of your 11th house, which has to do with social circles, friends, hopes and dreams, and this is the stage that will be illuminated here on the 19th. So we have that. It's also the time when you can harvest things from when you planted seeds at the new moon there on July 4th. But we have a month which is actually very pleasurable, Pisces. There are things that are really going to come together for you where you're lifting, rising, advancing, and expanding. And then there's also going to be a little bit of a challenge when it comes to making some decisions. We'll talk about that as we get into the dates. But basically, it's going to be a good month after June, because June did have its own sense of not conflicts, but challenges, right? And especially for those of you who are listening to this forecast early, you're still in June, undergoing those tests, should I say. But then I can at least let you know that come July 1st, Venus and Jupiter, they're going to be beautifully aligned, which has to do with love and harmony, also rules money, and Jupiter will want to expand this. So some great news coming in, maybe a vision of where it is you're angling, for those faraway horizons. It's always good to have some long-term dreams. Well, at this point, I feel it's excellent. You could also come to hear news from afar here on the 1st, and it too ties in with the motivation, the goals, and everything that you have. And this will pretty much be the first 6 days of July, as the sun also comes together with Neptune, which rules vision and epiphanies and just being spiritually led and guided. You're going to feel that you're so on track. And then a very beautiful romantic day to circle on your calendar, which will be on the 6th. This is Venus and Mars, and we know how when they get together, they do the dance. It is all about chemistry, feeling happy and aligned. So enjoy that first few 6 days, because on the 7th, like I said, there might be a challenge coming up. And we have 3 transits on the 7th, which might just have us butt heads with the universe a little bit. And I feel that people can be a little cranky, short-tempered, a little hasty in making decisions, or having words come out that they might regret. So just pay attention, because if you're feeling that your fuse is a little short, just don't get into it with anybody. This is Mercury and Pluto in opposition. Venus and Uranus squaring off on each other. And then the Sun and Pluto also at odds in an opposition. So when we have these energies going, we're not really listening, taking in. We might just be too quick to pull the trigger on something. So lay low on the 7th. On the 8th, though, and through the 10th, the energies are lifting and rising again. Mercury and Jupiter really now feeling very generous with our words, how we communicate. I feel there's such a sense of enthusiasm going on, and you might also hear some great news. Mercury's always the messenger, and it is aligning here also with Mars. So whatever news you're getting, you're going to act upon it, and it's pretty okay to make a swift decision here because you're so aligned in a positive way. The Sun is wanting to just absolutely want to be generous, and you might find that people are very generous with you here on a day like this as well. So it's beautiful to be out and about, interact and whatnot. On the 11th, we have Mercury and Uranus. I would say it's not the best day to make a decision. Neither is it there on the 16th, just because there might be some unexpected news coming in that could either cause a delay, or you might have to shift directions, or you might find yourself at not having all the information or knowledge at hand to give some decision. So I'd say if you can delay it just a couple of days, we have a beautiful time later there on the 16th where Mercury and Venus are beautifully aligned. This is you communicating in very loving ways and having people interacting with you too. The Sun and Mars on the 16th, this is you heading off in a direction, knowing deeply within. And this is when we want to act. Pisces is when we're at one with our intuition, when we know that things really lock in. Then we can feel confident in that, yes, this is what I want. that's when you want to act. So whenever it's a little iffy, just don't do anything. Be wise and just wait. And I know you Pisces are so very, very wise. You know those things instinctively because you're so intuitive. But on the 19th, we have, I feel something coming in that can secure the ground you walk on. Okay, Saturn is involved. Saturn wants to always look out for us, that we have what we need in order to be able to build solidly upon any foundation that we find ourselves in. And so communication here today with somebody in the know. This could be a boss, it could be a supervisor, it could be somebody externally there for you, but it could also even be your own inner sense of authority, not necessarily just externally. But here, yes, there is something coming together for you where I feel if you need to sign any document or any agreement, it's a great time to do so. On the 27th, not just like you felt on the 20th, but now Venus is in the picture here. And when it mixes with Saturn so beautifully with a golden beam, this is you emotionally here, Pisces, feeling that you know what you want, where you're wanting to throw your Saturnian rings around it to capture it, secure it, hold it. So yes, this is also a very feel-good day, and where you might just be able, if there's any monetary communications, this should be a day where you can lock something in. Great, great time here, end of July. And then the very last transit we're going to be talking about is the unexpected. We always like to look at that. What the unknown factor is that can kick us, a nice curveball. And the 27th we have Mercury and Uranus together. So this is unexpected news, but whenever it's in a golden trine, the news is good. So you can expect that maybe you're going to go out and tell the world about something that will surprise them. So it can work both ways, of course. So listen, this is what I have for you here for your July forecast. Of course, the tarot readings will be up for July as well, so you can listen to them as usual. And also your moon and rising sign will also help to give you a little extra insight. And I'll see you there in August.